What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of In the Nick of Time. I am your host, Nikki. Time is a gift we should not waste, so let's get right into it. I do not have a PhD. I am not licensed to counsel anyone. I am not a preacher. So you probably say, Nikki, why should anyone listen to what you have to say? Well, I have a PRWG, a personal relationship with God. And on this podcast, I get to stroke my ego by edifying God only. Now, last week, I did kind of a personal podcast where I was talking about this new year and what it meant for me and in my life. And what I really wanted to do was apologize to my listeners, because I'm learning that on this journey, and since I've been doing this podcast, I really lately started to think about telling people what to do when I'm not making sure that I'm on top of my game, that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, that I can be that light, I can be that example, I can be that person that when you see me, I don't have to tell you what I'm doing. You will be able to see it. And I think these last couple of days have kind of been somewhat of a revelation, because, you know, in talking to people, and when I'm doing this podcast, I'm feeling good, and I'm saying, well, this is something that I've learned, but now it's about me putting it to action, because this podcast is not just for you, it's for me as well. It's helping me, because this world, it looks bleak. I had a coworker come up to me the other day, and she was just talking, and she looked at my shirt, and I had a shirt on, and it had God versus Satan, and it had, you know, kind of like points tallied up, and she was looking at it, and I showed it to her because she was trying to see what it had on it. And I said, you see, you know, God is winning. And she said, well, we're praying and we're hoping that God is winning. And I was like, well, he is. It's just that it's up to us to trust the process and trust that he's already defeated the devil. You know, the devil he has no power, but he is busy, guys. So this is a journey, a true journey. So guys, the start of this new year has been good. And I know that I'm going to have a great year. 2023, I'm going to be freeing. I'm going to be freeing myself. I'm going to be freeing myself. And so I've started the construction work. And I was looking online, and I looked up step by step in building a house. And I've started the construction work. The new life that I want to build and share with you guys, it's going to be bussin', as the young people say. It's going to be bussin'. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be lit. This is going to be lit. And you know what's so lit about it? That many people can use this blueprint if they choose to. It's not just for me. That's what makes it so good. That's what makes it so awesome. That's what makes it so exciting. It's not a blueprint just for me. It's for anybody that wants to take part in it and wants to use it and follow it. I don't know if y'all ready. But let's get started, guys. Let's get started on this construction work. First of all, I'm looking at the fact that God wants total devotion. I remember when last year came in, I was like, I'm going to get my prayer life in order. And I did not understand what I was saying at the time. Because in that learning and in the growing pains of last year, learning that the devotion to God means I have to sacrifice some things. I have to sacrifice some things. I have to sacrifice my pride. Because in all honesty, I work more than I'm at home. So work created and brought a lot of stress into my life last year. I'm not going to lie. It brought a lot of stress. We were working long hours. We were working 6 days a week. And we're going to be doing it this year. But coming into this year, really wanting to be free, I've had to learn that I have to pray without ceasing. You know, I know that most of us, and I know mostly for me, I've thought about when I pray, it's like, okay, I prayed this morning when I got up. Or I put time aside for God and prayed before I went to work. I put some time aside for God and I prayed before I went to sleep last night. But what about the in-between? What about that moment of weakness when someone approaches you and catches you off guard and says something you don't like? What about that mean boss that you got to deal with every day? Just because you prayed about that person before you went to work, it doesn't stop there. You got to stay in constant connection with God. You have to stay connected to Him at all times. Because the enemy doesn't stop working. He doesn't stop. He doesn't stop pushing your buttons, trying to trigger you. He doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. So this construction work that's a hard job. And I commend those guys, anybody that can build a home from the ground up, awesome. But this is so awesome too. It's so exciting to build a new life. To build a new life. And then I gotta listen to God when God speaks to me through His word. Like when He tells me to pray for my enemy. How do I do that? How do I pray for someone who has hurt me and who continues to hurt me? Or pray for someone who's always pushing my buttons, always backbiting, always backstabbing, always wanting to bring out the worst in me? How do I pray for people who only want to see bad and they're always negative towards you? They're always mistreating you. How do you pray for them? Recognize the real enemy. And recognize that it's not flesh and blood. It's not flesh and blood. Because some people literally do not know any better. Jesus said it while He was on the cross. In Luke chapter 23, And I think it starts it's verse 47, I believe. But he said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. We have sayings that, like, when you know better, you do better. So if you say that, then you got to think, somebody that's not doing better, they don't know better. I think I said something right there. Did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said? We say a lot of times, when you know better, you do better. So why is it that when somebody's not doing better, why does that not mean they don't know better? Put that in your pipe for a while and smoke on it. Just think about that for a while. Let that sink in. I'll wait until that sinks in. Because some people just don't know any better. And we get mad at them. And we get angry with them. And then we want to explode. And we want them to feel our wrath. But why are we mad at them? Because the enemy is using them against you. Because I can sit here all day and tell you, I'm going to change, I'm going to do this, I'm working on this. And the devil is right there looking and he's saying, And he knows our weakness, so guess what he's going to do? Like, I hate when someone pulls out in front of me when I'm driving. And they pull out in front of me and we're so close to hitting each other. That infuriates me. And I could have just got through praying. And I can promise you, right after that, I could get in my car, I could be on my way to work, and somebody, zoom, they shoot in front of me. And I'm instantly, I'm angry. And I'm wishing that I could just say something to that person or shake that person or make them understand that what they just did was stupid. And I get angry and I get frustrated and I say, ooh. But that's that moment of, you know what? Lord, keep us safe. Some people just don't look out for others the same way I do. But I pray that they stay safe wherever they're trying to get to. I pray that they make it there safely. Because it's like, even though I just got through praying, the devil's looking at that. It's like, okay, now I'm finna make her mad. She think her God on her side now because she done prayed. She done prayed this magnificent prayer. Oh, this construction work is gonna be hard. But the end result is gonna be that dream home, gonna be like that dream home that you finally get built from the ground up. And it's exactly how you want it and how you pictured it. Because this is God's plan. Not mine. This is God's plan. Y'all ain't ready. Let me stop. Y'all ain't ready. I don't think y'all ready. I'm not going to even finish. Because y'all not ready to do this construction work. Are y'all ready? Are y'all going to do the construction work with me? Are y'all going to allow me to put the blueprint out there and then maybe you see it and then you can follow it? So that we can get back to God and the love that He has for us, and we can show it to one another. But I have work to do. I cannot rest because the test will not stop. And in this life, you never graduate. You never graduate. But come to think of it, I am working on my PhD. I have a PhD in life. I may not have a literal PhD, but I have a PhD in life. Because I'm practicing patience that helps me deal. Did you hear what I just said again? I hope you guys are listening. I'm practicing patience that helps me deal. Because like I said, the enemy is always working. And the other thing he does, he's always ready to accuse us. And I think that's the biggest thing that we deal with. We're always waiting on that moment where we finally think that we're worthy to come to Christ. And then when we get there, we get to that point. I know for me, I'm going to speak for me. I can't speak for everybody else. When I make a mistake, it's like, oh my goodness, what have I done? What have I done? I forget about God. Jesus himself said, forgive your brother 70 times 70. I forget that. So I get worked up because the accuser's like, look at you. You done messed up again. You done start complaining. You done went off on that person. You done let your anger build up so much. Now you reacting in the wrong way. So that's the foundation. Now you reacted in the wrong way. So guys, now we finna get the building on this new life. Let's lay the foundation. Well, we laid the foundation. Now that we've laid the foundation, let's do some framework. Let's do some framework. Because this year is about a new me. I'm talking about a new me and a new you. A new me and a new you. And this is not a temporary fix. The accuser cannot make me. This is not a temporary thing. This is not. You don't want to put the framework, and you don't want your foundation to be weak, because you don't want the storms of life to come and knock you off your path, distract you, and that new you goes back to the old you. This new you goes back to the old you. Now what's the framework? What's the framework? The accuser cannot make me live in the past. Woo, that's good. That's good. That's good. I made mistakes. I made mistakes. I made mistakes. But the accuser will leave me alone because I have an advocate standing and fighting with me and for me.
When you stay at a Virgo, the host doesn't stay with you.
I'm sorry, guys. There go that devil. There go that devil. There go that devil. Because I have an advocate standing and fighting with me and for me. Because you're going to have people that want to continue to see the old you. People don't want to see you evolve. So those who want me to be the same old me may have to fall off. They may have to fade to black. They may have to fade to black, guys. They may have to fade to black. Now, if you notice the theme here, I'm talking about the enemy. So we got to have a good foundation. We got the latest framework for this new life that you're building. And you cannot live and you should not live in the past. Now, God has told me to deliver some breaking news. It's some good news though, but it may not be what you want to hear, because when we live in this natural state and we stay in this natural state, the accuser also has us thinking that God has withheld something from us. So we determine God's goodness by what we have, what we accumulate. We compare ourselves to others. You know, my house and my car has to be better than hers in order for me to feel like my life has meaning. Well, I got some news for you, and I want you to listen up and listen good. These are not my words. Listen good. And I'm going to say it slow. I'm not calling you slow, but I'm going to say this slow. Then I will say to myself, Nikki, you have plenty of good things laid up for many years. Take it easy. Eat, drink, and be merry. You have plenty of good things laid up for many years. Take it easy. Eat, drink, and be merry. But God. Now, when you hear but God, you better pay close attention. But God said to him, to me, to you, you fool. You fool. This very night, not years from now, this very night, your life will be required of you. Now check this out. Then who will own what you have accumulated? Man. Then who will own what you have accumulated? Meditate on that. Think about that. Don't forget that in the heat of battle. Don't forget about that. He said, you fool, your life. Your life. Your life. Your life will be required of you. Now you may say, God, that's harsh. That's harsh. Because he said he's got good things laid up. Well, God didn't intend for us to lay up things for ourselves here on earth. God intends for us to be eager and working and doing his will until he comes. His will is not laying things up because you've accumulated a lot of things and taking it easy and drinking and eating and being merry. Because you think that your material blessings will account for your salvation. He's telling you, you can't take nothing with you. Naked you came in this world and naked you gonna leave. This is some construction work. So I'm dropping truth bombs. I want this foundation and this framework to be strong. Because when the trials and tribulations come, when your car is taken away and repossessed, and your home and your home is being foreclosed on, are you gonna still take it easy, eat, drink, and be merry? Or are you gonna be, Lord, what am I going to do? So guys, we've laid the foundation, did the framework. Now let's put some things in perspective. This change is not going to excite everyone. This change involves prioritizing, making sure all of the mess is going out and nothing but good is coming in. So you're going to have to drop off some dead weight. You have to let go of some dead weight. Those things that keep you bogged down, that keep you stagnated, that keep you feeling like you're in the mud and you can't get out, and you're pushing and you're pulling and you're steady going and you can't get out, and you're stuck in the same place day after day, month after month, year after year. I know that's how it's been for me. That's why I say I'm going to be free in 2023. Now, after all of that, now we have to separate ourselves from the world. So we've started this construction work. We're going to finish it. And we're going to build this beautiful new life. I know I am. And I hope that you're willing to take this journey with me. And I hope that you start looking within yourself and start doing the work on yourself. Because this is the work that I'm doing. And I'm going to share it with you each and every week. Lord's willing, every Saturday. Tune in, guys. Because I want you to go on this journey with me. Now, we're down to the free game segment of this of my podcast. I know you love free. The word free sounds good on anything. This is free game. You don't have to pay for it, guys. I'm giving you this for free. What you want for your life has everything to do with you. I mentioned earlier about comparing yourselves to others and determining the goodness of God by what He is doing for you. It is time for us to have tunnel vision. Proverbs 4:25 through 27 says this. Let your eyes look straight ahead and your eyelids look right before you. Ponder the path of your feet and let all your ways be established. Do not turn to the right or the left. Remove your foot from evil. Guys, let's reprogram our thinking. Let's get back to love. Let's recover the life that the devil tries to take from us each and every day. And let's live a godly lifestyle. And remember, God may not be there when you want Him, but He'll be there in the nick of time. Love you. Peace.